Welcome to all my dear students of TYBSc physics class. Today we are going to see chapter number 5, that is graphics in C of the paper physics paper 5th computational physics of semester 3rd. Now in this chapter we are going to see all about graphics in C programming language. We know that computer graphic is the most powerful technology and interesting facet of computers. All video games, animations, multimedia extensively work using computer graphics. The picture is the end product of computer graphic. The picture is the end product of computer graphic. The picture are presented on some display media. There are variety of media available for the display of computer generated pictures. Typical examples are ink printers, laser jet printers, dot matrix, LCD, that is liquid crystal display, LED, that is light emitting diodes, and CRT, that is nothing but cathode ray tube. All these are the variety of examples of computer display. Now computer graphics are used to draw figures of different shapes. To display these figures, CRT, that is cathode ray tube, is used for before some days. Now we know very well the LCD and LEDs displays are used extensively. To displaying figures, CRT is used, and the picture on CRT is made up of tiny dots like this, tiny dots. These dots looks like the dot matrix. Dot matrix. The screen, we know that the screen is divided into small picture cell, and these picture cells are called pixel. These picture cells are called as pixels. The pixels are addressable points in the screen. What I say? The pixels are addressable points in the screen. These pixels can be turned off, turn on, provided with different intensities. The combined effect of all the pixels available on the screen in graphic mode. In graphic mode gives resolution. Now question is arise that what is resolution? But before that we have to study some important points. But remember that if there are large number of pixels on the screen, then there is a large resolution, and when the numbers of pixels is small, then we can say that resolution is low. Okay. The different techniques are used for computer graphics, like CAD, computer aided design, CAM, computer aided manufacturing, CAS, computer aided simulation. All these are the techniques, and these different techniques are used for computer graphics. Okay. Now before study the resolution, we have to study some important concept regarding graphics. and these concepts are nothing but first header file. Header file. Remember that C language is rich in graphics. C programming language is always rich in graphics. Okay. So first important concept is header file. The files graphics.h and graphics.library or LIB. These two files are used for graphics program. These two files are used for graphics program. The file graphic.h contains the definition of constants and prototypes of graphic function. Okay, what I say? This file first, graphic.h, this is the header file put in C library. This file contains definition of constants and prototype of graphic functions. And the file graphics.lib that is graphics.library is a library file. Graphic.lib is library file which contain function definition. Okay. Now second important concept which is very important in computer graphics, that is graphic driver. Graphic driver known as GD. What is graphic driver? Graphic drivers are programs which communicate with specific devices like computer monitor, computer printer, computer keyboard, computer mouse, etc. Note that or remember that graphics drivers are applicable only in graphic mode or graphic function, not in text function. Okay. C programming language offers many graphic drivers with extension BGI. This is the just like H is the extension for header file. There is another extension BGI. And all the graphic drivers, I told you that C offers many graphic drivers with BGI extension. One of them is to be select depending on adapter use. Which adapter is used, on that these extension or these drivers are selected. Okay. Now third important concept is graphic mode, that is GM. Remember that there are two modes, namely text mode, which we studied up to this point, text mode, and another is graphic mode. The best examples of this mode, of these modes are when we doing some experiment in the laboratory. At that what we are going to do, we make the setup of the experiment and take the observations and note that observation in a particular diary or record the observations from the experiment on a paper and make the calculation and find out the answer by using some particular formula. All these are done in text mode, and when we plot the graph of the observations taken in that experiments, and the graph is, when we plotted the graph is nothing but graphic mode. Are you got it? When we take the observation and make the calculation with some particular formula, that is nothing but, that is regarding to text mode, and when we plot the graph with the help of these readings or observations, this is nothing but the graphic mode, second mode. Okay. In this way there are two modes. Like that in C programming also, up to this point we have studied the text mode. Now we are going to study the graphic mode. Okay. In text mode it is possible, when we consider a computer screen, then on that screen in text mode it is possible to display only text in terms of ASCII code. What I say? In text mode it is possible to display text only, or only the text in terms of ASCII code. What is ASCII? American Standard Code of International Informations. Okay. But in graphic mode, any type of figure, what I say, in graphic mode any type of figure can be displayed or captured or animated. Okay. Automatic selection of the mode can be done by a standard function, and that standard function is nothing but init graph or init graph. This is standard function, and with the help of this standard function automatic selection of the mode can be done. Okay, remember that automatic selection of the mode can be done by a standard function init graph. Okay, init means initialization the graph, or graphic mode should be initialized, and that will be done with the help of the standard input function. Now next point, resolution, which is very important. Next important concept, resolution, that is point number 4. Resolution regarding pixels. Make your concentration. The display screen is divided into number of dots called pixels. Suppose this is a computer screen, and this computer screen is divided into number of dots, and these dots are called pixels. Or we can say that screen resolution refers to the clarity of the text and images displayed on the screen. If the pixels, that is dots, are very close and sharp, then we will get the clear picture, and if the number of pixels are low or less and spread eventually, then picture quality is not proper, picture quality is poor. If pixels are large in number, the image will be more clear. What I say, if the pixels are in large number and close to each other, obviously when pixels are large in number in a particular area, obviously they are very close to each other, and we will get the sharp and clear image, and this is called high resolution. And opposite to this, if number of pixels in numbers are low and distance among any two pixels are large, then we can say that resolution is low. At that time picture quality is not clear and sharp. Okay. Now the display can be normally used, computer display, that is screen of the computer or monitor, that can be normally used either in text mode or graphic mode. In text mode, the screen is divided into suppose this is this screen is divided into 80 columns. There are 80 columns. Okay, and rows, there are 25 rows. These are the rows, 25, and these are the columns, and these columns are 80. What I say? In text, and this is in text mode. In text mode, the screen is divided into 80 columns and 25 rows. In case of graphic mode, the total screen is divided into in graphics mode, total screen, suppose this is a total screen. This total screen is divided into what? These are the pixels. And in this graphic mode, total screen is divided into 640 pixels with rows. In a single row, there are 640 pixels. And columns. How many columns? In columns, there are 480 pixels. In column, the number of pixels are 480. And in a row, the pixels are 640s. In this way, in graphic mode, the total screen is divided. This is before few years ago. Now, latest display are even rich in resolution. The VGA, that is video graphic adapter, sorry, video graphic array adapter, maximum resolution is 640 into 480 pixels in 16 color. And in recent days, at high resolution, that is for high display, HD resolution, 1600 pixels are in a row, and I think 1200, yes, 1200 pixels in a column. This is a very high resolution, that is HD resolution. Okay, high definition resolutions. There are 60 pixels, sorry, 16,000 or 106 pixels in a row, and 1200 pixels are in a column. So this is a very high resolution, and in this resolution we get a very sharp, clever and clear image of the object or the picture. Okay. They also appear a smaller or more items, okay, can be fit on the screen. Larger the monitor, remember that, larger the monitor also the higher resolution it supports. What I say? The larger the monitor, usually the higher resolution it supports. Okay. Now the next important concept is detect. Fifth, concept number 5th. Detect macro. What is this? Detect macro is a predefined macro which select appropriate graphic driver. Detect macro is a predefined. Its meaning is already defined to compiler, and we select appropriate graphic driver. It tells the compiler that what graphic driver to use or to automatically detect the drive. In all our programs, we will use detect we will use in all our programs. We will use the detect macro of graphics.h, and this is a library file that instruct compiler for auto detection of graphic driver. Okay. Now the last concept, which is very important, restoring the text mode. When we use graphic mode, before that we have to restore it. So point number 7, restoring the text mode. For that purpose, restore CRT mode. This is for CRT, cathode ray tube. This is a standard function. The restore CRT mode is used to restore the screen mode on the setting prior to the graphic mode. Remember, I am going to repeat once again. The restore CRT mode is used to store the screen mode on the setting prior to the graphic mode. Okay, have you got it? Okay. Now, we are going to just study very important point, that is graphic initialization. Graphic initialization. Why we want to initialize the graphic? See here, graphics in C is very easy. Graphics in C is very easy because C compiler has auto detection. Are you got it? Hence, I told you that graphics in C is very easy because C compiler has auto detection of the graphic hardware. For proper understanding and manipulation of the graphics, we should know the screen coordinates. When we studied in mathematics or in mathematical physics, we are very familiar with Cartesian coordinate system. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, if we consider any single point, then if we are going to find out the coordinate of this point, obviously the sign convention is plus plus, both the coordinates, that is x coordinate and y coordinates, both are having positive sign. If we select a point on second quadrant, then the first coordinate x coordinate is minus and y coordinate is plus. When we consider a point in third quadrant, then both the coordinates having minus sign, and when we consider a points in a fourth quadrant, then one of them first point is having minus sign and second coordinate having plus sign. In this way we study Cartesian coordinate system. Just like that, this is a Cartesian coordinate system, and these are the sign conventions. Like this, when instead of this, if we consider a computer screen, suppose this is a computer screen, we should know the configuration, or we should have the proper understanding and manipulation of the graphics Okay, for that purpose we should know the screen coordinate, how this screen is coordinated. In a screen coordinate system, we are going to consider a screen coordinate system. Suppose there are columns, these are the columns and these are the rows. Okay. Now at the left top corner, this is left top corner, which is having coordinate 0, 0. Okay. Now and this is the x-axis. Okay. And this is y-axis. So now this is the origin, like this. In this screen coordinate system, the origin is at top left corner. This is the top left corner. The x coordinate is increasing from 0 to x maximum. Here 0, when the coordinates, x coordinates are moved from the 0 to the right, it is found that it is increasing from 0 to maximum x or x max. Okay. Similarly, or we can say that the x coordinate increasing from 0 to x max value from left to right. Okay. And for y coordinate increasing from 0 to bottom. Okay. And from 0 to here, the y coordinates are 0, 0, and here y coordinates are y max 0. Okay. So firstly we have to consider x coordinate. So maximum x and y coordinate is 0. We are already right in this way. And here y coordinate is 0. Sorry, x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is y maximum. In this way, I am again. And what will the first coordinate? 0, 0. What will the second cell represent? First column, 0 column, 0 row. First column, 0 row. Second column, 0 row. Third column, 0th row. Like this. And here, maximum column. Column number is maximum and row is 0th row. Now here, 0 column, first row. 0 column, second row. 0 column, third row. In this way, here 0th column and y coordinate is maximum. Now when we are consider this cell represents maximum x coordinate and maximum y coordinate. Okay, this cell represent, because here x coordinates are increasing from 0 to maximum, that is from 0 to left, from left to right, and y coordinates increasing from left top to bottom. In this way we can study the coordinate system, screen coordinate system. To begin with the computer graphics, therefore it is advisable to know the exact graphic hardware configuration present on the computer, which computer you are going to use, and what will be the resolution of that computer screen. That is very, very important when you are going to use that screen or monitor for graphics. Okay. The maximum x coordinate and maximum y coordinate, that is x max and y max coordinates, are divided by the choice of graph mode and graph driver. Okay. Now we are going to study initialization function. The INIT graph function, that is init graph function. What is the use of this function? The function init graph is used for initialization of the graphic mode. When you are going to start the graphics, you select the mode, okay, and before starting or before start to work, you have to initialize that graphic mode, and for that purpose you are going to use this init graph function. Now general syntax to write this init graph function is INIT graph, init graph, then and GD and GM, then this is the general syntax. In this way you can use or you can generalize the init graph function in your program. This init graph function consists of 3 arguments. First, GD. We know that graphic driver, this is a program and this is the integer number which will be studied in details later on. Okay. So GD is the graphic driver, then GM means graphic mode, this is also a integer number which will be studied later on in details, and last, this is what is this? This is the null path. So I told you that the init graph function or initialization function consists of 3 arguments. First is GD, GD means graphic driver, then GM, GM means graphic mode, and last one, this one. This includes a driver path. Remember that here, if the graphic files are present in a current dictionary, what I say, if the graphics files are present in the current dictionary, then the path is null. This is null path or null string, like this. Nothing is in between double inverted quotation mark. Otherwise, we have to mention the particular path. For example, GD is equal to CGA, then GM is equal to CGA HI, and further comma, and we have to give the path C colon TC. In this way, we have to mention the particular path, and if the graphics files on the current path, then this is did not necessary to mention the path. We simply use the null string. Okay, in this way we studied all the basic concepts and screen coordinate system regarding to graphics. In next lecture, we will study graphic drivers in details, graphic mode in details, path to driver in details, then auto detector function, and along with some important graphic commands. All these things will be discussed, will be studied in next lecture. Till then, we shall stop here. Have a good day. Thank you.